What up? Here we are with another episode of the Hooswhere podcast. We are season 5. Max, what's good?
What's going on? Season 5. We back here in Charlottesville, Old Stomping Grounds. Got another great one for y'all today.
We're in Charlottesville, like Max said. We're at the co-based, co-working building owned by and managed by a UVA alum. So make sure you guys come check it out. If you guys are here, we appreciate them sponsoring this podcast, letting us do our recording here at this building. One of the nicest buildings in the area for sure. But we have a special guest. One of our teammates is here, man. You know how we do when our teammates get on the podcast. Best dressed in the room, Maurice Covington. What's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Good, man. How's things going for you?
Going great, man. Going great.
Tell everybody what you're up to now.
I'm a townie now. I live here in Charlottesville.
There you go.
No, I'm full force in real estate investing right now, man. So that's kind of my main gig right now.
Yeah. And then how'd you get into that space?
How'd I get into real estate?
Real estate investing.
Oh, real estate investing. Well, you guys know I used to work in finance.
Yeah.
Right. And when I worked in finance, I got kind of the first eye bird view of where the money was coming from. Right. And all the money was coming from one, owning a business, or two, being in real estate. So I slowly, switched gears to kind of learning about, investing, and then slowly started purchasing my own properties and getting involved in some funds and things like that. And I started to grow my portfolio.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's what's up, man, because you come from football. Like we come from football. We ain't even heard about real estate, man.
Exactly.
We never even heard about the real estate opportunity when we was here at University of Virginia. So, I guess you had to get into that finance sector to kind of start understanding where that money was flowing and how wealthy stay wealthy in America.
I don't think I had to, but I think that's the route I took. I really got into finance because I wanted to help guys like you and me, ball players. I wanted to help them manage their finances. I saw a lot of our friends, a lot of our teammates play in the pros, come back, had nothing to show for it. 4 or 5 years in the league and nothing to show for it. So I got into finance to help those guys, right? But when I was in that space, then you started to kind of see where the money was coming from, right? And being that I had league aspirations, kind of like you guys did, you were in the league for a while, Chase, and that didn't work out for me. I planned on making a lot of money, I planned on getting in the league and make a lot of money. So when that didn't work out, I said, I got to find another route. I got to find a route to make money. And this is kind of where it led. So
there was no settling.
No selling at all, man. I mean, football teaches you about wins and losses. So, you lose, you win, but you get up to fight another day. Right? So I got up, worked hard, learned, and got into investing, and now I'm actually selling real estate now too.
Selling real estate too.
Yeah.
That's good, man. That's what's up. So tell us about a little bit, for everybody that don't know, man. Tell us, man, about your UVA. Why'd you come to UVA in the first place?
Oh gosh, throwing it back. So back in the day, we were pretty good in football. We were winning games. But
some change.
I'm from Durham, North Carolina, so about 3 hours away. At the time, UVA had a great football program. Al Groh was playing true freshman, which I liked. Obviously, education was a major part of me coming here too. One of the top schools in the nation. But I came here, man, and I just toured the campus. I met the guys. They made me feel like a brother immediately. Fell in love with the environment, and man, it was something that kind of came over me, and it made me just know that this was the right place for me. So, combination of team, brotherhood, but also like school and football. It was kind of.
You had to be one of the top recruits in the country.
Easy.
I'm not like you, Chase. No. I was definitely a top recruit in the state. I'm probably top 50 in the country. But top in the state.
Top 50. Come on.
I'm really top in the country. No, I was top. There you go. We believe it.
6'4", 6'3", 4.
Believe it.
Wide receiver. They don't come like that. That was Calvin Johnson mode right there.
I wish I had some more speed to me. I would have definitely got my shot to lead.
That's what's up, man. So why'd you even want to play ball anyway? Like, is that just like you seen it as like the aspect of like that's what you've seen the black community be an artist, be an athlete? Like, is that what you
playing football?
Is that why you wanted to even go down that route of playing in the NFL? Like, why was NFL an aspiration for you?
Man, I grew up with hoop dreams. I wanted to go to the NBA. Grew up loving basketball. Big Michael Jordan fan. My dad was a big Jordan fan. I was really into basketball. I'm about a tall, lanky guy. Played a lot of basketball, man, and did some Pop Warner. Did okay at Pop Warner, but really wanted to pursue basketball. Got into high school. Played my freshman year, JV, did okay, wasn't great at all. The next year came around, I said, I'm done with football, I'm just gonna focus on basketball, trying to get some scholarships in basketball. And a new coach came into play, a new head coach at Southern. That's where I went to school, at Southern Durham. And he just kept recruiting me. He kept saying, Mo, you should play football. You should come play for me. You should come play football. And I was like, nah. I literally like turned him down like 5 times. And here we go, first game of the season has gone by, and he's like, well, you should come out and play football. We need you on the football field. And I was like, all right, forget it. So, I decided to go for it. So I got into it, had like a week of like kind of conditioning and getting back in shape for it and things like that. But then like by the 3rd game, I got some playing time, and I don't know, bro, I started balling. I don't know, he put me in the right situation. I was just, for real, I mean, he was like, it was plays like strong right, fade them up. So you throw the fade up, I was go get it, right? Yeah, use my athleticism. That's how
They don't play with strong right, fade them up.
Or it was me and Brandon Woods. So Brandon Woods was the other receiver. So it'd be like strong left, post to most, something like that. Those are kind of the plays, and I was just dominating, going up and just snagging the ball down. So really had hoop dreams, but it kind of switched over to football. And then after my sophomore year, I had a lot of offers come in. I was like, wow, this might be the route I need to take to get into school, right? So that's kind of what happened.
That's what's up, man. Fade to Mo.
Fade to Mo.
Just get the ball to Mo, bro. That's what it really plays.
So since you dominated so much, right? Coming as a freshman, you're a little bit older. You couldn't tell me, that Mo won't go into the league. So as someone who has, actually made an amazing career out of, real estate and everything you've done, what was when did you see yourself making that transition from like, all right, I'm not going to make it to the league, I got to figure something else out, and then how do you feel that internally that worked for you to become now so successful,
Oh man, I probably mentally made that transition. So 2009 I came out, pursued the league 2010, got injured, pursued the league again in 2011, didn't get any opportunities. Was literally at home in my childhood home, my childhood room at home. I was depressed, bro. I felt like crap, didn't know what I wanted to do. And actually I called Adrian Harewood. You guys remember Adrian?
Yeah, right?
Adrian. And I said, Adrian, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I want to do, but I don't want to be around athletics. I want to be around, sports. And just so happened, he had this internship at LSU that I got put on to. So I took it, jumped at it, went down there, did the internship for 6 months. They said, Mo, we like you, we want you to stay here, but you got to get into grad school. You got to take these courses or whatever, take this test, whatever I had to take to get into grad school. And I was like, all right, well, that's what I got to do. That's what I got to do, right? So, I mean, that, I would say around 2012, 2013 is when my mindset started to shift. Okay, now I got to focus on a career and leave football in the past. And granted, I mean, over the next 4 or 5 years, I still missed it.
Right.
I missed it a lot. I thought about it. I felt like I had the athletic ability to play in the league. I had some of my former teammates saying, Mo, I don't know why you're not even in the league. This is crazy. Yeah. But, you got to move forward. You got to get past it. And like I said, football, sports teaches you about wins and losses. And when you lose, you win. You lose, you win. You get up and just, you fight again, right? So had some great mentors along the way, man. And, I just kept pushing and, just kind of carved out a path for myself. So.
It's always disappointing when you want something and they don't want you. Multiple aspects of life.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah,
that'll put people and drive people crazy.
Right about
in a lot of places, to be honest with you. And it's very rare that you see any athlete retire on their own terms. Mm-hmm. Like very rare. Like only the top of the top retire on their own terms. Everybody else is usually. I mean, you still look at people on the podcast now, like with like Cousins and all those other guys that's like former athletes, and they're like, I don't know why I'm not in the league, and they still like training and stuff like that. But there's very few, no matter how good you are, man, it's like probably like a handful of people that can say I'm done playing and they still want them.
Right. Yeah.
Most people it is I don't want you and you still at the door.
Right. Knocking.
What I'm saying?
There's a lot of guys like that right now.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Still think they have that opportunity.
You feel like because you ain't never been felt like you post to Mo, go to Mo. You know what I'm saying? You're just like there's no way you don't want me. Let me throw my tapes on and show you what I do.
Yeah.
So man, what did you study at UVA in the first place?
Football. That's what I studied.
No,
listen, I that's the thing, man. Like, I came to UVA to get a great education, but also like my main focus was like athletics, sports, football, and to make it to the NFL. But I studied anthropology, And how does that help me today? It really doesn't. But it got me through school. I got my master's in sport management, which kind of helped me manage, athletes, things like that. So, I mean, I like to say I got my degree in football at UVA.
So what did you gain most from the University of Virginia? Do you think it was network? Was it, because I know the football team kind of stays into like a little clique, and you really come out of here only really knowing your teammates. So did you even gain that? And obviously the education was what they kind of put us in. So like, what do you think like coming here really gave you as you are sitting here right now? How old are you right now?
37, man.
You're 37. You're 37 years old.
Yeah.
And you look back on it, you've been out 15 years or whatever.
Yeah. Come on, man.
What really, what really did you think that, we're 18, 19, 20, 21 here.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we can't go back and do it again. But what did you think you got from what you actually did when you were here?
Well, first off, I think going off and being on your own, you kind of just learn how to be an adult, right? You learn how to interact with people from different backgrounds and different cultures. You learn how to speak professionally to people. You learn about, different opportunities that may be out there that you wouldn't have known about because you were, like, I'm from Durham, so, But UVA, I mean, it's a great network, right? It's a great network of people. Very successful people have come out of this university and gone off to do great things. And you come here and you learn about that, and you see those folks, and you talk to them, you interact with them, right? Now, you build friendships that last a long time. I mean, you build brotherhoods. UVA football is a brotherhood, so that, you guys are my brothers for life. That's the kind of thing that you kind of take you move forward and take with you. But to pinpoint something, man, I like to tell people I just learned how to navigate your life, right? You learn how to you got to pay your own bills, right? You got to be on time, get yourself up, get yourself from place to place. You just learn how to adult. You learn how to become, your adult version of yourself. I mean, the education is one aspect of it, but just learning to be out on your own and survive, that's the other aspect of it. So I think that's kind of like, something.
You have to go and put your big boy drawers on.
Exactly.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to always say is that, like, regardless of what you do here at the University of Virginia, the time frame that you're here, you want to be the best as you can be. But at the end of the day, once you've got that UVA degree, like, a lot of people look at that differently than they look at, any other types of degrees in there. Like, I was just golfing with a guy who went to VCU, and he's now doing Darden. And he was like, man, I just wanted to come back and I wanted to get that on my paper.
Yeah, the network. The network.
Like, when I'm talking to people, when I'm pitching companies, it just sounds different when I say that I went to the University of Virginia. So have you had any experience like that?
I have, man, and I have. Like, I used to, when I worked in sales, I used to wear my Gator Bowl ring. You had the big UVA symbol on it, right? And that's always like a focal point, like a talking piece. That's how I opened up a conversation got started. And when people hear you UVA, that's a great school. Oh my gosh, it does open doors for you. But now, as we get into this kind of digital culture now, man, I feel like school is only for certain people, right? It's good for, like I said, to help you grow up, maybe network and things like that, and maybe it looks good on paper, but school now, and I don't want to dive too much into this, but school now is like you go to school to be a doctor, right? A lawyer. It has to be like a focused profession. Like, I went to school and I got a general degree that I'm not using. It was kind of to be honest with you, I felt like I should have been more focused on getting something that I was going to use in real life. Like, I feel bad that I got a 4-year degree that I'm not using right now. Right? It's kind of, I'm wasting the degree, right? But to your point, Chase, it's good. It looks good. You get some opportunities open up for you, but we're moving into a new era now where you can find everything at your fingertips on your phone. Google, you can Google any kind of information you want. They got these influencers now who are just barely graduated high school making millions of dollars. It's just, the world's changing. So I want to see how education's going to change as things unfold here.
So it sounds like what you're trying to say is that, like, just because you have UVA and you're dealing with a UVA guy, that doesn't necessarily mean the deal struck, huh? I'm just asking. Does that mean the deal struck, or they still like, hey, man?
You have a better chance. You do have a better chance. You have a leg up.
You have a leg up. All right. Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So man. So you come to UVA, and how was your football experience at the University of Virginia?
Man, looking back on it, I was lazy as heck, but no, it was amazing. Oh man, one of the highlights of my life, like I said, brotherhoods I built, friendships, just spending time on this beautiful campus, playing at Scott Stadium, just hanging out in the dorms with my fondest memories, honestly, are hanging out with the fellas, man. Whether it be the locker room, whether it be traveling to our games, whether it be just kind of going to a party or whatever, eating lunch at Newcomb, wherever it was. I mean, those are the memories I have of all the jokes we would kind of make. We always joke, always talk about somebody. There's some key games in there that I really remember. I remember going to Florida State for the first time and playing in was it Dodge Stadium? Was it?
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. But it's like, you see it on TV and you're like, oh, that's cool, that's a tomahawk chop. And when you're there on the field and it's like it's happening all around you, I got chills, bro. So I had a few key games like that I remember. But yeah, man.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. So after football, you talked to Adrian, who obviously Adrian's been influential in a lot of people's lives, even outside of the academic space. So shout out to Adrian Haraway for all he's done for the football guys that came through and been underneath him. You actually ended up being back at UVA after your LSU time, right?
Yeah, I did for 4 years.
What year did you show back up at UVA for the academic side?
Came back to UVA October 2012. I was finishing up my master's at LSU, and academic coordinator position opened up in the football office at UVA, and of course I jumped at that. And me being an alumni, me being familiar with the area, the people, staff, the culture here, it was a no-brainer to bring me back. Yeah, that's when I came back, and I loved it, man. I love working with the guys. I mean, I still have strong relationships with, hundreds of guys came through at that time. Helped a lot of guys out in life. Helped a lot of guys with the girl issues, but also helped them pick courses, major selection, things like that, career development. I did some financial workshops to help the guys out. So it was definitely a cherished time for me, and it's nice now. Like you said, I'm 37, so those guys are turning 30, 31 now. When I talk to them and they're doing well and they thank me for whatever knowledge I instilled in them at that time, it really means a lot, and it really shows that it feels good to know that you're mentoring, helping people, and that you help them get to a certain point in life. So those moments are some moments that I will always cherish working with you.
So you were as a student athlete, you said you was lazy, took the easy route.
No, I do want to touch on that actually. Yeah, I do. I do. No, because when you're in it, you don't realize it. Right? But when you're looking back, I'm like, I should have worked so much harder.
Yeah.
I wasn't eating right. I wasn't taking care of my body the way I should have. I wasn't working extra, putting extra time in. And then that's why I didn't make it to the league. I wasn't putting that extra time in. Now I'm doing those things. Like I'm putting in the work, putting in the grit. It takes work to be successful. There's no shortcuts. There's no easy way in life at all. So I look back on those days like, damn, I wish I had somebody just like to look up to or to tell me, Mo, you can do more. Like, you want to be this, you got to do more. Chase, you used to do this. I mean, all the extra stuff. You do.
Yeah,
I mean, you have your dad probably.
But I still put a ceiling on myself too. I still put a ceiling on myself. I think that's one of the things that we do is like we're like, especially around that age, is that we're like, if I don't have to, I won't.
Right.
But I could.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's an answer that you got to answer yourself. It's like the easy answer is you don't have to, and you can chill. But you also have time where you can do whatever else you want to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I was worried about the wrong things, being girls, stuff like that, hanging out. I should have been working. It was 4 years of my life. I could have went hard.
Knocked it out quick.
And just went hard.
One thing I regret is not challenging myself academically. I let them push me into an easier route academically that didn't require much effort from my side to just push through and get a degree and that type of stuff. Because I was focused on football. Which did allow for me to put more time in the football field, for sure. But I do wish that, I was able to say, hey, man, what does it sound like if you get an engineering degree and you're a top football player? Or you get a business degree, and you're a top football player. Right. That says something different than, I was just a top football player and I graduated with whatever, right? Like being able to do both of those, I look up to those people I think Rondé and Tiki and some other people that, took challenging academic challenges, especially with the amount of stress that it is at UVA with honor code and all these different types of things that you have to abide by. And then also be successful in football.
I mean, I agree, man. It takes a special individual to make both of those things happen. But Leah, like you said, it's just, if I just put in a little more work, man, if I just dedicate a little bit more time, if I just had somebody telling me, Mo, do this, it could have been a different outcome. But
Yeah.
hey, you know, you live, you learn.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
So man, you've seen it from a football player standpoint. You've seen it from the academic support standpoint. You've seen it from mentoring athletes after they got out of college. What do you think about the college landscape today, with NIL, with unlimited transfers, and things of that nature? What do you think?
That's funny. I was just talking to Mike Hill and Denzel about this the other day, because my opinion on it is probably not what you guys think it is. I don't like it.
Same.
I do not like that guys can just transfer when they want. I do not like how much the guys are getting paid, honestly.
Same.
I don't like any of it. I think it just takes away from the passion and the love for the sport. I think it becomes a business transaction now. Even as a fan, it's just like you can't even, like, it's always a new player coming in. It's like hard to kind of grow with the team. And I don't like it. I mean, I was texting with Michael and Denzel, and they were like, well, you know, I could have been rich in college. I would have had money. I was like, you know what? I enjoyed being broke in college. Like, I enjoyed having to struggle and make it work. Because it taught me some valuable lessons. I was like, I don't want to have that money on me at that young of age. And knowing myself now, it's like 18, 19 with millions in my pocket. I would have splurged. I
people in the NFL 23, 25.
Yes,
don't know
exactly. So I don't like it. I wanted to go back to how it was.
You definitely gonna have a target on your back.
Yeah, I know I am.
We're coming to you at boiling.
No, I'm happy for the guys. Honestly, I'm happy they're getting paid. I mean, but the way it's just shaking out, it just doesn't seem right to me.
I think there could have been a happy middle ground. I mean, I do think that there's something that need to change. You know, there, especially guys. You know, 'cause most people don't understand. It's like, oh, you got everything paid for. It's like, no, we get a stipend for living, and depending on where you want to live, there's places that are UVA, you know, off-campus housing that you can't even afford. And then also, people understand it's like we only get paid for the months that we're at school. So like, I think it was January, and then the summer semesters, you don't get a check for your rent. So at least the 12 months, so not 9. So I think there was, you know, a middle ground of where, like, I feel a lot of people ask me the same question. I'm like, one, I wouldn't have got that much money for anything anyway. So I didn't really care about it. It wouldn't affect me. But what I do think the difference would have been is like, hey, if you had just said, hey, look, you can live anywhere that, you know, UVA students live. We'll just pay for that all year. Don't have to worry about it. A little bit more money for spending and unlimited meals. I think it would have quieted 99% of the people who were like, well, you know, we don't have enough money to get food after games because dining halls closed, this and that. It's like a couple extra $1,000 for the year for food, unlimited meals, and then you don't even got to worry about rent. Like, we'll pay the apartment directly. I think it would have fixed a lot of things. And then with the transfers, that's just a whole other thing. Like, I tell people, the most fun thing is like a lot of people I still talk to, my best friends are from football. And it's like, we're going in and out. It's just like,
it's hard to build relationships.
A lot of guys say NFL, it's like, I don't have time to make friends here. Like, I might move next season, or I'm competing against this guy for money, and I feel like they'll make it into a mini NFL league. It's like, where does it stop next? When does it come into like, all right, well now these high schools, we're paying these high school kids, and they can transfer high schools and this and that. And it's like, all right, it's no longer amateur athletics. So I get both sides, but I'm with you, man. I think it's kind of changed the landscape of college football. Yeah,
like a happy median. Like, you know, maybe, like you said, maybe we, you know, there's a salary. Like, you know,
set salary.
Yeah, set salary. That's comfortable, not nothing crazy. Like, I don't know, whatever you need. College
50 20 grand.
Yeah, whatever it is,
a year. But everyone gets it. And that's another thing. It's like in the locker room, like, we all are broke. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how it would be if I'm sitting there, you know, I think I'm great, and I'm making $0, and then you got my quarterback making $3 million in college.
That's
I don't know. I think it's a little weird.
Now, but I want to throw a little wrench in too, because you know I got a chance to also work at LSU in that program. And I'm just saying, like, they had what they needed. You know, those guys had what they needed. Different school.
SEC, Alabama, LSU. They ain't living like some of the Charlottesville players.
No, they had everything they needed. Let's put it that way.
Right. That's what I figured. So.
The interesting thing about the NIL, I think, is that like it does give kids an opportunity to, because we play a dangerous sport, and there's no telling how long you're going to be able to play. And if you are able to make some money in this time frame, like the worst stories to me are with people who are real good and don't make $1 because they had an injury that took them out of their opportunity to even make $1 million. You know what I'm saying? But they had to stay here for 3 years. You didn't give them an opportunity to leave earlier. So in that time frame where they are probably, you know, should be worth whatever much money, you know what I'm saying, their ability to make some type of funds. But I do think there's also
players do that though, and they do it for some of the best. Like you know, what I'm saying some of these players, a lot of these like top 10 quarterbacks back in the day had like college insurance.
Yeah.
Right. So do it like that. Like instead of paying them while they're in college.
Hey,
like, all right,
I signed some insurance my senior year. I still ain't seen no dollar.
Ain't seen no dollar?
Mike Lennon, I don't know where that is. But let's talk about we gonna get you some insurance.
Right. So instead of NIL giving a player $3 million while he's 17, it's like all right,
Defer
this is what you can be worried. Like all right, it's deferred. This is an insurance package for you. If you get hurt, they'll make it to the league.
Right.
Boom. Here's the money that you could have earned during college. Type thing.
Or let the guys make the money, but like they can't touch it until they're 25.
That's cool too.
What makes sense.
There's also another issue with NIL is that these people that are starting these NIL collectives at these schools, they're basically running funds.
Yeah,
they're basically running funds.
They are
for the school to pay the players.
UVA just passed that law. UVA and Virginia Tech collaborated and they just passed the law for now states the school can pay players directly at NIL money.
Yeah, the schools can pay players directly.
They passed that law last week actually.
Which is interesting.
So you don't need the cap features that we have.
Don't need anything. So UVA can now directly just pay the players straight out of whatever they want. So
we'll see what happens with that.
It's getting the wild west, man.
So,
it's crazy.
I mean, they're talking about they might just have to make a super league and be like 10, 15 teams that can play players. Like you ain't gonna compete with the Alabamas and the LSU's and the SEC unless like UVA's doing like, hey, look.
Right.
We just go pay. We ain't gonna play around no more. But like, if you want to be a national championship competitor, like there's 10 schools that can afford it, and every other school can't. It's like
I know they was
the NFL is the same way. They
trying to raise that money for Cavs future. I was trying to see where's my return on investment.
There you go.
Where's my ROI?
But you
just want us to have a good team. You do extra suicides.
Yeah, right.
But it's not fair, right? Because like the NFL, that's the reason why you have a cap to make you play. College has no cap, so wherever the money's going.
I never heard somebody talk about we need some money to make a good team. Y'all need to be doing some bench presses or something.
You're right about that.
But no, man, that's what's up. So Mo, from your career path, man, it's been impressive to see you kind of like, ebbs and flows of trajectories of what careers you're doing and trying to find your way to where you are currently sitting. And you think that there's another space that you're trying to evolve in, or is this where you think you're going to be setting in for the foreseeable future?
This is the space that I'll be in for the foreseeable future. I think my next goal would be to have my own brokerage.
Okay.
But I love real estate, man. I am really passionate about it. I live and breathe it every day. And buying real estate, and you guys know this. I mean, that's the biggest purchase that anybody is ever going to make. Those are some major decisions. So being able to help and mentor people through those kind of transactions, help them make smart investments. I mean, I'm really passionate about that, and I love that. And I love. I mean, you can make a good living.
Yeah.
You can make a good living, and the longer I'm in it, the more opportunities will come my way, and the more opportunity I have to make more money and be involved in more things. So, for the foreseeable future, yes.
How do you feel about these institutional corporations buying real estate? Do you represent them? Could you represent them, those people, or do you still have to represent just individuals? I'm talking about like single family homes, things of that nature.
How do I feel about it?
Yeah.
I feel like they're doing it for a reason. Yeah. Right? Real estate is one of the safest and most lucrative investments. It keeps up with inflation. If you simply just bought a house a year and just held on to it as an investment property, I mean, in 30 years, bro, you would be so wealthy because these homes are appreciating like crazy. Right? I have a friend who he was a strength coach at UVA when I was here, and then he got into real estate in 2012. So kind of like the downtown area, he started buying houses around the downtown area. He said homes back then were like $80,000 or whatever. Fast forward 12 years, those houses sell for $400,000, $500,000.
That's only 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years.
That's not like your 30, 40.
I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
So think about that.
Yeah.
So that means and some of those investment properties are already paid off.
Yeah.
They're cash flowing with tenants in them, and now they're worth $450,000.
Yeah.
You have 10 of those. It's just a no-brainer. So I think the companies are smart to do it. I wish I could represent a big like a Blackstone or something and help them acquire some properties. I would love to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe that is in my future, but no, I mean I'm not mad at them for doing it. It makes sense. It's a great investment.
Yeah. How do you feel about some of these NAR changes and things like that coming along the way? And you feel it's going to help hurt the industry or?
Yeah, I think for me and for Virginia realtors, we've always had a buyer's broker agreement.
Yeah.
We always do that with our buyers. They sign that before any purchase.
Okay.
Commissions have always been negotiable. So from my standpoint, I tell people this all the time, like nothing's really changed except that we can't publicize what the split is on the MLS to the other realtor. But commissions have always been negotiable, and we've always had a buyer's broker agreement put in place. So nothing really changes for us.
Gotcha.
Now there are states out there who didn't require that, so things are going to change for them. And I think the media's blown it up to make it look like it's this big deal. But sellers can always negotiate their commissions down, right? But I mean, you working with me, I'm gonna do a great job, right? I'm bringing a lot of value. I'm bringing market expertise. I'm not reducing my fee,
Right?
Because I gotta share it. I gotta share it with the buyer's agent. I gotta share that, right? And I want to bring valuable buyers to the table for these properties. You start cutting your commissions, then you're not getting those valuable buyers coming to see your property. So it makes no sense. But I don't think nothing's gonna change for me.
So what is kind of do you got the tricks of the trade? What's going on, man, out here with the real estate, being able to find and continue to be a successful real estate agent in the commercial space and things of that nature?
I don't have any tricks of the trade. All I'm doing is head down, working hard, doing right by people, making great connections, and just trying to add value to people's lives, man. And, I'm in year 3 now as a realtor, and I literally just head down, working. And you start to see now like the benefits of all that hard work, right? People are coming out of the woodwork wanting to buy and sell properties, got a referral, this and that, and just kind of opportunities just kind of start to open up. Yeah, so there's no trick, man. There's no trick. You just hard work, Yeah,
just head down with it.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, I got quite. I don't want to pigeonhole you now, but I'm asking a little, So as a real estate agent and an investor, if you have people coming to you saying like, hey, I want, buy an investment property.
Yeah.
How do they know that like, hey, if it's a great investment, aren't you just gonna buy it yourself?
Oh. I put my clients first, right? So if I have a client looking to buy an investment property and I see that as a good investment for myself, I will present it to them first.
Gotcha.
Always done that. Yeah. If they don't want it, then maybe I'll go down the line maybe, and then, come back to myself. Yeah, but I can't buy everything, right?
Yeah,
It's true. You can't buy everything.
Right.
And maybe you're stuck I'm in between projects and I don't have to, I just can't do it right now. So, but I always put clients first, bro. So if you're looking for some investment properties, hit me up. I got you.
Hit you up.
I pitched a couple to Chase, man. He's slow mover. I try to tell him these investment properties, the wins I show him. He don't go quick. He don't believe me. He's like, I need some more information on that. I'm like, Chase, already sold.
Certificates over there.
That's
Man.
it.
You gotta watch this guy, man.
I said already sold, man. And then he get mad at me like, why didn't you tell me earlier? I told you the day I saw it, and it was gone.
This market is strong.
I try to tell him.
The surrounding area is very, very strong.
Yeah.
A lot of wealth is here. A lot of people still moving to the area.
Yeah.
The wine community is growing and expanding. Over 400 wineries in the state of Virginia. It was just the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's just a beautiful place to be. We get people moving here from all over. All over the state. Man, just trying to move here. So that's why the value of real estate is going up so significantly because it's just a great place to be. College town, beautiful environment, lots to do. So it would be a safe investment if you guys wanted to invest here.
Can you tell us about your winery? I follow you, man. I love seeing it. Is it too soon for that?
No, we can talk about it. No, so me and my wife, we kind of combined our passions. One for like my passion for just having an entertainment space where people can gather and have events, and her passion for wine. And we bought a 20-acre parcel of land out in Greene County, beautiful Blue Ridge Mountain views. We got lucky with this piece of land. And we planted a vineyard. We planted 4 acres right now. We have Cab Franc, we have Petit Manseng, and we have Jameson, which are all grapes that grow well in Virginia. We don't plan on making our own wine. We're going to sell our grapes to local wineries, and then maybe contract with the winemaker to make us a small batch for ourselves with our name and label on it. But more so, we want to use that, get the grinds established and growing, looking beautiful, and then maybe put some kind of a event space on the property, maybe some Airbnb cabins, something like that. We're kind of tossing around ideas right now, but that's kind of the plan for it. Or maybe even thought about building a house out there, but it's kind of it's 25 minutes from the city, so I don't know. We'll see. We have time. We're going to slow play and see what happens with the economy. Let the grapes develop, and it should be. Been a fun process. I'm a farmer now. So
You're a farmer.
Yeah, I'm a farmer now.
Hey, man, the evolution of that. The hats on
He
his
do it
head.
all, man.
Yeah, the hats on his head is
I
crazy.
tell you what.
Hey, man, if I ever break down on the side of the road, man, I know who I'm calling, man. For sure.
Call Max.
There you go.
I'm going with Mo Cub.
There you go.
Max got me stuck in India.
I don't got no diplomatic pool, man. I'm sorry about that. I can't do nothing about that.
It's all good, man. So yeah, that's what's up. I didn't even know you was doing that with the wine stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man.
We bought that back in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah. So the grapes are 2 years in now. We actually just planted another acre. Actually, we're planting it next week. But so it takes, on average 5 to 7 years for it to become established.
Oh, wow.
You could get a harvest in year 3 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
We do have bud breaks, so there are grapes on our vines, but not enough to like make a real, make some money from it. So yeah, we're just trying to get them healthy and sturdy.
Nice.
Yeah.
We had Lance on earlier this season.
Yeah.
And Lance
Lemon? Yeah, I talked to him.
Nice, good.
He has a business down in Richmond, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Like we have him and his sister doing great things.
That's the UVA network.
Yeah.
So UVA network for you. But yeah, man. So what's the future? What is your goals? I guess next 5-10 years to really accomplish in the real estate space regarding investing. Is there specific investment classes you're looking into that you're like, hey man, I need to get into these type situations? And what are you thinking?
Yeah, as far as investing, I am invested in some funds where we own some commercial properties, but I would like to own a few of my own, like just me. So multi-mixed use kind of commercial spots, maybe like apartments on top of some commercial spaces on the bottom. I'd like to own a few of those.
Yeah.
I think that's, if I can buy a few of those and hold on to them, manage them right, that's where some real wealth can be built. So I would say that's probably my five-year goal to do that. And then also, as far as an agent, I don't know if I'm still going to be under a brokerage or starting my own. We'll see how I do in this market and how fast I grow, and you will see. We'll just have to play, But definitely want to get some of my own commercial spaces.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah.
Any final questions?
That's it.
Well, where can everybody reach you and keep up with you?
Yeah, you can reach me at, for your real estate needs, Mo Covington Real Estate. And if you want to just see fun photos of me and my family and me and my wife's travels, you can see those at Mo Covington Mo Covington on Instagram. And am I giving them my email too, or is that?
Whatever you want. This is going to be on
Appreciate
YouTube, watched by millions. Listen on podcasts.
Email mocovington@gmail.com.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? He's looking for anybody that's looking to buy and sell.
Buy and sell.
sell.
Yeah, buy and
He's
sell.
going to tell you straight up.
You don't want to
If you're looking to buy and sell.
Buy and sell.
In the Central Virginia area.
Right. Yeah.
That's what's up.
No, thank you guys for having me, man. It's been fun.
No, man, we always appreciate you catching up with us, man. So before we get off here, we have rapid fire questions.
Okay.
All right, so this is this or that. What you think? What's the first couple?
With this or that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So just going to be this or that, and you tell me which one you prefer.
Okay.
All right. Hotels or Airbnbs?
Ooh. Hotels.
Listen to books or read books?
Listen.
Go to the movies or Netflix?
Netflix.
Cable or stream?
Stream.
IG stories or IG posts?
Stories.
Watch the news or read the news?
Watch the news.
Would you rather start a podcast or write a book?
Start a podcast.
Apple or Android?
Apple.
Detroit pizza or New York pizza?
New York pizza.
Moving company, or would you have to get your friends to help you move?
Friends to help me move.
Hey, that's what you gotta do. Throw it to Mo. That's the name of the podcast. Hey, appreciate you, Mo.
Appreciate you, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, thanks, man.